Meet John. John is a microchip producer in China. However, John struggles with weighted moving average for sales forecasting. And it hurts his work. He would like to forecast in order to efficiently allocate resources, find the optimal quantity to sell, and optimize his value chain. Welcome to the Wanzhou Consulting case. During this case, John will understand how forecasting with weighted moving average works. We will first discuss weighted moving average theory, then make a forecast for his company, and finally highlight the advantages and disadvantages of weighted moving average seen during this case. Hi John, are you still here? Welcome to the Wanzhou Consulting case. So what is exactly the weighted moving average? We all know what the average of a sum of numbers is. But now, let's go to what is called the moving average. The moving average takes the average of a fixed amount of periods within a time frame t. So if we decide to use the last 5 periods, when we move within this time frame t, we always take the average of t-4, t-3, t-2, t-1 and t to predict the value of t plus 1. But what if there is a trend? What if some periods have more importance than others? Well, we can use weights. Weights could be used to reflect this trend and so to better predict the sales. For instance, here we believe that the more recent periods are more important than the last ones. Therefore, we assign an arbitrary weight of 0.4 to the most recent value, represented by the blue surface, and decrease it to the later ones. So, if we sum up the combined weights to the corresponding sales value, and then divide it by the total amount of weights, we have the formula for the weighted moving average. So now let's use concrete examples on Excel. Let's have a look at your company, John. To use the weighted moving average, we take the last 5 periods we have data about. We also arbitrarily assign weights to the values, allocating more importance to recent numbers. We then divide the total amount by the sum of the weights. We also make sure that the weights correspond to the correct period in the formula by fixing them with dollar signs. So, this gives us a forecast of 576,751. Now, to analyze the quality of our formula, we apply the method to past data. So as we see, the mean average percentage error is equal to 1.7. But thanks to Excel's optimizer, the solver, we will be able to optimize the weights and so to decrease the MAPE. So we take the MAPE and we tell Excel we want to minimize it. To do so, he can change the weights with the constraint of them being equal to 1. This leads us thus to a MAPE of 1.3, which means a very low mean average percentage error. Hence, we predict revenues of 576,800 for the following month. So John, are you happy about these results? Well, maybe you shouldn't. Trump just introduced tariffs on Chinese goods. Poor John. As a company selling microchips, one of his main export destinations is the US, and Trump had just introduced taxes on Chinese imports to the US. Therefore, the result of this tax is a decrease in sales of about 25%. Let's have a look at our Excel sheet now. By predicting with the weighted moving average, we were not able to adapt our forecast. Look at how bad the absolute percentage error for the month we predicted is. In fact, the weighted moving average will need a couple of periods in order to adapt to the current environment. So overall, what can we say about weighted moving average? Well, the advantage is that in a constant environment, it is accurate. However, the disadvantages are that it does not work well when there are important sudden changes. It needs a couple of periods to adapt. And this problem is encountered by other forecasting technologies using past data, including artificial intelligence, which typically feeds itself with past data. In these cases, human intervention is needed to adjust the forecast. So don't worry, John. your company will be successful. You just need a little human intervention to adapt your forecast.